Our next speaker, Mr. Arthur Lam, co-founder and CEO, Negawatt Technology Limited, will also be joining us online for a speech about creating regenerative economy with ESG stakeholder. Oh, he's in person here. Stakeholder engagement as easy as 1, 2, 3. And Mr. Arthur Lam is a serial entrepreneur with a focus on sustainability. He is the co-founder and CEO of Negawatt Technology Limited, an AIoT, artificial intelligence of things, startup specializing in ESG and smart city solutions. Arthur has extensive experience in property technologies and energy management contracts, and he holds certifications in ESG planning, carbon auditing, and energy management. Over to you, Arthur. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Hi. Just one thing, please. Do me a favor. Can we all stand up just for 1 second? Just stand up, please, because you guys have been sitting down for hours, and I want to applaud you guys, right? Thank you very much. And I just want to have a show of hands, yeah? We all here are ESG expert, obviously, right? So just one question, yeah? Outside work, okay, on a daily basis, who actually thinks that they have done enough for sustainability and ESG? Can you raise your hand? 1, 2, 3. So we have a room of expert, and why are we not raising our hand? Anyway, just sit down, it's okay. I just want to make you stretch. So, we've been sitting for hours. But anyway, so what do we do? So my name is Arthur, and my company is called Negawatt, and I'm a very proud startup company of Cyberport, and also a student of Dr. William Yu. Okay, so I myself is a carbon auditor, energy manager. I graduated from engineering background. My first venture in Hong Kong actually is doing clean tech, energy management contracts, EPCs. Have been around about 10 countries, doing about 400 EPCs, save about 2.5 billion kilowatt hour. Okay, so that's about 25 million trees. And eventually in 2016, I listed my last startup on Hong Kong Stock Exchange main board, right? And I'm actually here to make a confession, right? The confession is outside work, I have not been sustainable at all. And that is a problem that I'm trying to tell you today. So, this is a story that I want to share. I was in Johannesburg and doing contracts in South Africa. This is the photo that was being taken when I was about to get car hijacked. I was getting car hijacked in South Africa, okay, doing projects over there. But eventually I did, march on and sign a contract, probably the largest LED retrofit project in entire African continent. 1,007 stores, million light bulbs, saves about 1.6 billion kilowatt hour. So the problem is, and I realize, to save the world, we have to save the environment. But the problem is, saving the environment does not save the world, okay? Look at all this problem that we have right now. ESG is still a problem. Climate action, people on the roads, we have government saying like, yeah, forget about ESG, right? And guess what? Is that the right way? I've been asking myself, is that the right way how we do it? Currently, we spend about $37 trillion in ESG asset. We are still having problems. So what have you been doing? It has to go top down, right? Your government do something. CEO need to give budget. We can only work with companies that have resources. They're educated, right? Well, it comes in cost, obviously. And then how do you quantify ROI? It's difficult because not all ESG impact is quantifiable. Okay, so we talk a lot, obviously not do enough, right? And of course, we have to do a lot of disclosure and reporting and to engage staff to do ESG. Who thinks has actually cracked this problem? Engaging your staff to do climate action, okay? Because ESG for climate action, right? So we've heard about great tech driving the E part. What about the S part? What about the social part? What about the employee? How do you do it? So I thought, maybe there's a new way to do it. Maybe you think I'm an idiot. But guess what? I thought, why don't we try bottom up? Why don't we try with the underprivileged. Why don't we try the low and mid-income? Why don't we, ESG should be free. And we do it every day. Don't do it for one day, do it every day. And how about if we can find a way to transform these employees or citizens to be planet hero, maybe we have a chance to engage 80% of entire society. Because before it's only 1%, we all know that, right? Maybe this is how we do it. I just think out loud. As an entrepreneur, flip the funnel, yeah? So I think the world is changing. Has anyone seen Apple new release video about the entire Apple team meeting Mother Nature? Has anyone seen this video? Yeah, you have, great. So I was really, really excited when there's one shot when Mother Nature is calling out one of the employees when he is wearing a leather jacket. And Mother Nature said, well, you're gonna get phased out too. So this is a message to us that, and I also see this as a blind spot of all industry, of all company. It's really hard to engage your employee to do ESG, climate action on a daily basis, digitize that, incentivize them, and do it voluntarily. How do we do it, right? So I think, after a few companies, I think the greatest asset of the company is always going to be an employee. But why don't we start with our own employee? So that's after a couple of years, 15 years, I think to drive ESG impact, I think there's 3 elements that's very critical. Number 1, we have to create environmental impact. Otherwise, what we're doing here. Number 2, we have to create communities because not one company can solve the world problem. We have to make impact grow itself. And growing, it needs social. We have to create communities. And number 3, probably the most important part, we have to create economic output. Because without economic output, the first 2 is called charity and NGO, which is great, but no company would take me seriously. Definitely not venture back. So when you all 3 add together, that is called regenerative economy, and that's what we're trying to do here. So what do we do? I asked myself, well, I've been very sustainable, work-wise, part-time greenwashing, because outside work, I'm not sustainable. So I asked myself, why am I not sustainable? Boils down to 2 problems. Number 1, it's not convenient. Who doesn't like to drive a car, vroom, vroom, and then pick up girls, right? Who doesn't want to have home AC on, right? No one wants to do that. Number 2, there's actually no incentives to be a sustainable person. It's not immediate. And I've checked all the playbook, all the framework, all the ABCDFGs of sustainability. There's no one law regulation it says people who do ESG cannot be incentivized, right? No one's ever said that. So I thought, why don't I actually make an ESG super app that to gamify sustainability and bring happiness to our community? So what does it do? So we're building a super app that would digitize all your everyday citizens' social impact, ESG impact, climate action impact, from recycling, from green dining, to reducing your plastic usage, to lowering your utility bills. What would compare to Hong Kong net zero target, 2050, you hit the target, it will give you points. Walking, exercising, execute. All these things that you can do in your app, you can actually quantify that, will give you points and rewards. And what happened? On the right side, we have actually engaged with over 500 merchants to give you discounts on the products. So they would love to actually engage sustainable users. Okay, so what is happening here? You guys who do climate action, you get coins on the platform. You can use cash to buy discount coupons with all my merchants on the right. Okay, so what does the merchant get, right? Number 1, they get to engage the existing and potential stakeholders. Number 2, they actually get businesses and impact for reporting, right? And as an end user, everyone is happy, okay? So this is the concept that we made with our app called Zero2. So in the last 6 months, we were able to work with over 600 merchants, creating a $200 million worth of incentives to incentivize people, because at the end of the day, I think ESG is about happiness, right? Does it really work? So we actually are very, very grateful that we have been working with Hong Kong Housing Society. Okay, they have about 150 residential buildings, 100,000 people all over Hong Kong, right? And just give you a quick clip, couple of minutes, you'll see our impact.
平時咧，我哋咧都有環保意識嘅，但係咧，我哋就唔會特登去分類去做。但係有咗呢啲 Apps 之後咧，因為佢分類去做咧，咁我哋又習慣咗啦，就每個月咧將啲衫啊，或者係啲報紙咧，全部分類好晒。我哋咁多個月都習慣咗啦。就算佢完咗之後，我哋都習慣係做呢樣嘢。
劉生早前響應住緊嘅房協屋邨推廣活動，開始透過垃圾分類回收賺積分。
開咗啦已經，係啦，咁樣對住佢追就得啦。
記錄回收物品嘅重量，掃描手機上嘅二維碼，積分就會自動記錄喺呢個回收獎勵計劃嘅手機應用程式。
以往冇用過嘅，自從出咗呢個 Apps 之後咧，因為可以儲分啊嘛，去換啲禮物啊嘛。咁啊，我哋咧都習慣咗儲咗啲報紙啊、鋁罐啊咁分類晒咧，咁啊拎來呢度換咯。
同樣熱衷於回收賺積分嘅，仲有住喺相同屋邨嘅黃女士。將垃圾、舊衫分類回收，外賣免取即棄餐具，甚至慳到水、電用量等等，都可以儲積分，換取消費優惠同埋濕紙巾等禮品。甚至有機會贏取家電或者樂園住宿套票等獎品。不過對黃女士嚟到講，活動更加意外拉近咗同街坊鄰里嘅距離。
好處咧就同啲街坊咧就共融啲嚇，你換咗幾多嘅分啊，我換咗幾多分啊咁樣咯。即係大家有啲話題啊，咁樣就又可以換到啲禮物啦，大家都開心咁樣咯。即係用咗之後咧就係點樣咧？減碳啦，原來咁樣就可以我都繼續用支持嘅。
3、2、1。面對而家全球氣候變化同埋社會長遠嘅發展需要啦，似乎真係推動可持續發展係刻不容緩。房協希望透過今次嘅計劃凝聚社區力量。
房協今年7月開始喺旗下20個出租屋邨舉辦一個減碳獎賞計劃，鼓勵村內3萬幾戶居民同埋房協嘅員工等等喺日常生活當中進行唔同嘅減碳任務，並且記錄喺手機應用程式裏面。
我哋用呢個應用程式咧，去推行我哋呢個社區嘅減碳計劃咧，個好處咧就係將每一個參加者佢哋嘅減碳嘅行為去量化。將一啲用家佢嗰個減碳嘅足跡咧，可以數碼化，咁變咗咧就真係實實在在，大家知道大家做一啲嘅行為嘅時候，譬如回收又好，或者我哋減少用一啲塑膠嘅食具又好，原來我哋係幫呢個地球減少緊幾多嘅碳排放呢？
活動至今有超過9000戶居民同埋房協員工參與，合計減碳至少32萬公斤，相當於13000棵樹。支持嘅商戶亦都由活動初期嘅200幾間增加到而家超過600間。雖然活動有提供獎賞，但係房協相信長遠唔會增加成本負擔，期望計劃可以令到更多人養成環保嘅習慣，繼而吸引更多商戶提供獎賞優惠。
雖然我哋而家呢一個嘅地區計劃係半年，但係個應用程式係一路都存在噶嘛，即係唔會因為我哋嘅計劃完結就冇咗呢應用程式噶嘛。相信只要參加嘅使用者越嚟越多，商戶自然就越嚟越多，因為對佢哋嚟講咧，其實都係帶動到佢哋嘅生意。所以呢個成個計劃咧，唔單止係可以喺地區層面推動到一個低碳生活，更加係咧我哋係希望可以推動到一個綠色嘅經濟。
開發呢個應用程式嘅初創公司本身從事房地產工程技術，實時全天候管理空氣質素、電能消耗、用水量、燃氣喉管、網絡線路等等俗稱風火水電嘅物管數據。佢期望將環保回收理念日常化同埋遊戲化，令到市民更加容易投身低碳生活。
喺呢個嘅智慧城市嘅風火水電都會睇得到噶嘛，嗰啲 data。咁所以我哋就今年喺 Covid 之後啦，就開始 launch 我呢個嘅叫做遊戲化嘅 app， 可以令到咧每一個人咧都可以咧真係用個手機就可以去將佢每日嘅衣食住行嘅低碳生活啦， 就去做機械化、遊戲化去儲分，然後跟住我哋就可以去帶到唔同嘅優惠俾啲市民，咁令到真係人人可以做 ESG。
我哋經常抌垃圾，但係當中唔少資源，例如膠樽、鋁罐、紙張、舊衫，以至到係玻璃等等，喺妥善回收之後，仍然有再利用嘅價值。要市民積極參與環保回收，或者正係缺乏踏出第一步嘅誘因。
我覺得ESG 要成功嘅話咧，就一定要係上至下都要俾 direction 一定要啦，然後下至上咧係大家感染大家啦，就去 create 一個叫做 community 出嚟，將每一個人每個市民係佢可以好輕鬆 ，OK， 日日可以做 ESG， 做咗地球英雄之後咧，佢係會俾人有鼓勵有激勵嘅市民嘅使命感啊。OK， 真係可以由個 app 嗰度帶到出嚟咧，就呢度令到有機會令到呢個社會更加開心。
其實過去20-30年我哋都做好多地區嘅教育嘅，要達到碳中和呢個目的咧，咁我相信每人行多一小步，其實大家就可以令到我哋碳中和嘅目標更加接近，佢更加了解環保其實係唔係咁難嘅事嚟嘅啫。
That is a very good example, yeah? So housing, we're talking about low income, uneducated, didn't really know what ESG is for sure. They didn't go to school, right? They hardly could even get their phone working right. But guess what? In just 3 months, we were able to reduce 390 tons of carbon emission, 16,000 trees. Every month, this community is planting 1 Victoria Park a month, right? So for us, for all this expert, what can we do? Well, go to this, download some app outside, it's free. But anyway, so we're very happy that our award was recognized by United Nations, right, for driving climate action collectively in scale, right? And also all the impact that you do on the app, we actually bought rainforest in Tanzania, right? Verified by Plan Vivo. Okay, so it's I would say it's registered, right? So beyond Hong Kong, we're very honored that we could go out to the Middle East with John Lee, our chief executive, to represent the tech community and ESG to drive bilateral economic development over there. And just now, about a month ago, Belt and Road were able to sign another MOU with Mubadala Catalyst. So if these people can do it, I think we all can do better, right? Even outside work on a daily basis, I think we can drive, because ESG, at the end of the day, I think it's about happiness, right? And that's the social part, how we do it collectively and happily. So thank you very much. Last thing, Zero2. Why is it number 2? Because Zero2 is about me and you. All right, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you once again, Mr. Arthur.